Okay, so Hero Factory is awesome. We all know that. It's a theme packed full of all sorts of brilliant sets. Sets that we all know and love. And everyone talks about the greats. Every man and his dog loves Core Hunter. And why wouldn't you? Look at him. The same can be said for characters like Witch Doctor, or even Breakout Rocker. Or literally any set from Breakout. I mean, how good is that theme? Every character is a banger. Everybody loves Von Nebula, everybody loves Surge, although probably 90% of that love is just me appreciating the set. But still, there's lots of great Hero Factory sets out there. Sets that get all sorts of hype. But what about the ones that don't get talked about enough? Today, I want to count down some of the underappreciated sets that just need a little bit more love. All these hidden gems, all of these forgotten favorites. Let's count those down and give some love to the unloved. In the number 5 spot, we have old mate Nex 3.0. See man, Savage Planet was killer. You had characters looking like they were friggin' Wild Force Power Rangers with their awesome animal-themed helmets. And everyone focuses on old mate Rocker. He's the golden boy, literally. He's got that fancy gold armor and the dope lion aesthetic. He's the literal king of the jungle. Why wouldn't you love him? Even Stringer gets a lot of love. That one might be my personal favorite. But I'm sorry, people are gonna sleep on Nex 3.0? I don't see anywhere near as much love for this guy. Dude has a mask shaped like a saber-toothed tiger. Nex is single-handedly bringing this creature back from extinction. And that orange color scheme just looks so rad. I've always felt that orange on Bionicle and even on Hero Factory sets was just kinda eh. It never really wowed me to see orange on official sets, to be honest. You know, it's often used as a secondary color, and you know, it can look nice. But I can't really think of a time that I've seen orange on a character and I've gone, oh, that's a good color scheme. But Nex 3.0, he wears it with style. And maybe it's because the theme of this wave is jungle. So, you know, as a result, it maybe gives off some tiger deep in the jungle vibes. So it just pops. He's also got some incredible looking claws coming out of his arm. Need I go on? Everything about this guy just rocks. It amazes me that this guy doesn't get more love. Another criminally underrated set that very few people seem to talk about, and that often seems forgotten. Well, we're sticking with the world of Hero Factory 3.0, it's the mighty Rawjaw. Look at him! Half bear, half saber-toothed tiger, half gorilla, half elephant? I don't even think you can be that many halves, but he is. Mathematically it doesn't make sense, but who cares? Rawjaw is also a very innovative set. Why is that? Well, look at these powerful paws. Using this brand new paw armor piece that debuted in this wave. This thing was a game changer. Using those Exoforce robot arm pieces for posable fingers attached onto each of the ends. At the time this came out, it was revolutionary. It was the first time we were seeing something like this. Okay, you know, sure, Rocker 3.0 had something similar, but he had claws and different things coming out of it, which was different. This one was just your basic animal paw. Plain and simple. And we would go on to see this exact design used on various different Chima Ultra Build sets. Rawjaw walked so that these amazing construction sets could run. Now, sure, this might seem kinda simplistic these days. It might not seem that fancy, but I tell you what, this new design blew me away as a kid when these released in 2011. And yeah, I think it deserves a little bit more respect. Rawjaw's mask is also sensational, one of the best of the wave. I mean, look at those powerful fangs molded into the design. And then we've got these big silver tusks as well. And you better believe he's got a posable jaw. He's not just called Rawjaw for any old reason. See, this set is everything you want. It's an underappreciated beauty. The number 3 spot. It belongs to a set that I used to not like. Back when this released and it was on store shelves, I did not want to buy it. I thought it was boring. But I'm glad I changed my mind. This is the amazing Thunder. So, I guess the biggest issue with this set is that it's surrounded by so many other cooler sets. The same wave that Thunder debuted in, you had characters like Meltdown. You had the awesome Explode. And you can't forget Kuroda as well, just to name a few. Each one of these guys had some beautiful popping in-your-face color schemes. A lot of them came with fancy new pieces, interesting gimmicks, cool looking weapons. They rocked. But Thunder, he was silver, grey, and black. Kind of more dulled down and, you might say, boring. It's understandable that you would think that, and it's understandable that it would be a little bit forgettable, because we've had so many other sets that are silver and black. It just feels repetitive and uninteresting. And that's how I felt back in the day. I was once a fool, I once thought those things, but younger me back in 2010, something changed my mind. I don't know what it was. I thought, all right, I will give him a chance, I'll buy the set, whatever. And upon building and owning it, I realized, wow, this is an unexpected delight. The wonderfully fun and posable hand weapon that could grab onto enemies or just hit them with a strong uppercut. I realized, hey, that's pretty posable and pretty cool. You can use it to put him in all sorts of fantastic positions. But given that he was called Thunder, whenever I played with him, I would use this as some sort of gauntlet that could charge up with electricity powers and launch lightning at enemies. It makes sense, given his name. He also has a ton of posability. Dude just has so much life to him. I also really enjoy the use of these kind of curvy spike pieces on his one shoulder. And this mask, it's so expressive. That strong-looking lower jaw certainly makes him look like a cartoon villain. And I say that as a compliment. Thunder was the surprise hit of 2010's wave of sets. He's the unassuming type. You might meet him and not think much of them, but once you get to know them, they open up to you and you realize, you know what, they're a super cool dude. So hey, don't get distracted by his seemingly more impressive friends, because Thunder might actually be the best of the bunch, at least in my opinion. Alrighty, on to number 2. Let's cast our mind to the second last wave of Hero Factory, Brain Attack. And let's talk about, probably say, one of the better versions of my man, Stormer. Everybody freaks out about Stormer XL because he's big and strong and buff. It's his ultimate form. And to be fair, I get it, he is pretty cool. But I don't know, the LEGO Group killed it on this version. Dude comes with a sword and a shield, looking like some kind of ice knight. And this sword design is really snazzy. Using 3 of these larger rubber spike pieces, 1 for the bottom of the hilt, and 2 more for the kind of crossguard on the sides. It's a simple enough design, but it slaps. Probably the best looking sword we ever got from any Hero Factory set. And then the little subtle hint of ice on his smaller shield, delightful. And check out that printing on his visor as well. Isn't that wonderful? And he's even got flick fire missiles coming out of his back. It's not every day that you see flick fire missiles on a Hero Factory set. Unexpected, but not unwelcome. And look, Stormer, he's the ice guy. So they've given him some fur padding on his shoulders just in case it gets too cold. That's not only thoughtful, but it's fashionable. At least he's fighting villains looking fabulous. And I mean, come on. The X pattern across his hero core, with those white Exoforce robot arms, that always looks so good. We see that on every single villain in this wave, but I love it. So dude, this set is an amazing parts pack. Every single piece on it is great. And for a standard hero set, the LEGO Group packed in so much. It's wild to see a hero sporting so many goodies and so many details. This is just what I love to see in my Hero Factory sets. A beautiful balance of simplicity and complexity as well. And yeah, I don't know, for some reason there's just not a huge amount of fanfare over this guy. Why? He's fantastic. But you know what else is fantastic? The number 1 spot on this list. Normally I do honorable mentions here, but let's just get straight to number 1. The most underrated Hero Factory set, in my opinion. Well, I'm kind of basing this off of how much discussion I see of these guys online. as well as how many revamps I see of them, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of general community consensus that Ben is perceiving. It's my opinion. The number one spot, it goes to the amazing Dropship. Now real quick, I don't actually currently own this set, so got these pictures off of Google. I'm sadly not Duck Bricks. I don't own every single construction set. Not yet, anyway. I'm trying to get there, but it's not cheap. But dude, this set, I think I've spoken about it once before on a previous video. And on that, I had a few people commenting saying that they'd never even heard of this set before. Which is wild, because it's one of the best of the whole wave. It's an incredibly well-designed vehicle that a standard hero can actually ride inside of. That's insane. You know, sure, we have things like Therno's bike, and that, yes, can also fit a standard hero. And yeah, that's pretty cool. But no, man, this dude actually fits inside. They scaled this baby to be a big set that proportionally fits this guy inside. They didn't skimp out on making it tiny. It's huge. And back in the day, you could buy this bad boy for $50 US. That's insane value for something this huge. But the best part has to be one of the play features of this set. It's got a nifty little feature here that lets you pick up some of the canisters that these sets come in. You know, these boxes. So yeah, you scoop them up with the hero inside of it, and you drop them off at the new location. They come out and they're ready for their mission. Wow. I love a set that encourages you to play with the packaging, instead of, you know, throwing it out and being wasteful. That's great. And of course, you also get a random unnamed hero that flies inside this ship. And you know, you can turn them into whoever you want. It can be your own self-insert character. It could be some guy named Bob or whatever. That's great. Yeah, this design feels like a modern Technic set. It's so clean, it's so polished. And it's wild that this thing doesn't get more love. Because it's a really good one. So hey, hopefully you've discovered some new love for some sometimes forgotten sets. And hey, maybe you didn't even know that some of these things even existed. I hope you've discovered something new. So what sets do you think are underappreciated or underrated? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Anyway guys, that's all for now. I hope you're enjoying the wonderful Hero February. Go out and build a Hero Factory mock for yourself and join in on the fun. Thanks for watching, happy building, and bye for now.